What's up, Houday Nation? We've got fresh Cincinnati Bengals news, and you're going to want to hear this. Today, we're diving into three position groups that could see big changes after last week's preseason matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, starting with a spot that's already raising eyebrows: safety. Before we jump into the latest updates, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss a Bengals update. Now, let's move on to the news. The safety position is in the spotlight right now, with Geno Stone sidelined by a hamstring injury. While it's only the preseason, hamstring issues can be tricky. Push too hard too soon, and you could be out even longer. His absence opens the door for younger players to step up, and last week we saw exactly that. Dejon Anthony logged 25 snaps, and Tyson Anderson got 29. They weren't bad, but there's room to tighten things up. Head coach Zac Taylor called it a great chance for these guys to prove themselves. And every snap counts when roster spots are on the line. Zac Taylor isn't sugarcoating it. With Geno Stone nursing that hamstring, the spotlight has shifted squarely onto the Bengals' young safeties. Over the next 6 practices, this is their chance to prove they belong in more than just a rotational role. Special teams snaps are important, but Taylor stressed that these guys need to show they can step in on defense, communicate, and make plays under pressure. Bengals insider Paul Danner Jr. has hinted that Cincinnati might not stand pat. He suggested the team could explore adding a veteran presence, possibly someone like Justin Simmons, a seasoned safety with 124 NFL starts who still brings leadership and reliability. The front office could also keep an eye on trade options or waiver wire pickups when final roster cuts roll around. But here's where it gets interesting. Any new addition wouldn't be taking Geno Stone's spot long term. Stone is expected back soon, so the focus would be on bolstering depth and raising the standard for the backups. Darren Simmons, who oversees special teams, has made it clear these reserve safeties must be more than just fill-ins. They need to be impact players whenever their number is called. And that's where the Von Bell comparison comes in. Last season, Bell was brought in as a stopgap to give Jordan Battle more time to develop. He was steady, but he wasn't a difference maker. And the Bengals don't want history repeating itself. This year, the plan is for Stone and Battle to be the anchors at safety. But with the regular season approaching fast, there's still a chance Cincinnati could make one more calculated move to secure the back end of their defense. If the Bengals did target a veteran like Justin Simmons, the truth is his production wouldn't be a massive leap from what Von Bell brought to the table last season. Simmons posted a few more pass breakups, but in terms of overall impact, the difference is marginal. And here's the catch. In Zac Taylor's system, it's not enough to simply provide depth and coverage. Any new addition must also deliver high-level special teams play, not just fill a slot on the roster. That's where the challenge begins. Players with Simmons' resume and experience rarely want to take on heavy special teams duties. It's not what they're known for, and it's not why they're signed. This is why the focus shifts back to the young guns already in-house. Dejon Anthony and Tyson Anderson now have a golden opportunity to make their case. For them, this week isn't just another step in the preseason. It's an audition for their NFL future. Every snap, every read, every tackle will be under the microscope. Coaches will be watching to see if they can communicate effectively in the secondary, take the right angles, and show the kind of physicality that changes games. On special teams, it's about hustle, discipline, and proving they can be trusted in critical moments. As the Bengals enter week 2 of the preseason, the stakes couldn't be higher for these two. If they shine now, Cincinnati may decide they already have the depth they need, eliminating the urgency to search for outside help. But if they stumble, that might push the front office to make a move before the regular season kicks off. This next stretch will tell us a lot about not just the safety room, but about how much confidence this coaching staff truly has in its young talent. The second position group, drawing attention from Paul Danner Jr., is the offensive line, and for good reason. The Bengals front didn't have its best showing against the Philadelphia Eagles. Rookie Jaylen had a tough outing, giving up a sack, while veteran Cody Ford allowed multiple pressures. Those breakdowns didn't go unnoticed by the coaching staff. In response, Cincinnati decided to shake things up at practice this week. Rivers, who had been working at tackle, was shifted inside to guard, while Ford was moved back to right tackle. It's a familiar spot for him. Last season, when Orlando Brown Jr. went down, Ford stepped in at left tackle and held his own. That versatility is valuable, but the question now is about reliability. The Bengals need to know exactly who they can count on if either starting tackle, Orlando Brown Jr. or rookie Amarius Mims, goes down. Having a dependable swing tackle can be the difference between holding a line together and watching a season unravel. Offensive coordinator Dan Pitcher called this stage of camp the discovery process, explaining that they're still figuring out what the final O-line rotation will look like. He also praised Ford for the role he filled last year. But the reality is that both he and Rivers have more to prove if they want to be locked in as trusted depth options. This battle for the backup spots isn't just about filling in. It's about showing you can protect Joe Burrow when the stakes are highest. And in Cincinnati, that's a responsibility you can't afford to mishandle. Dan Pitcher made it clear. Cody Ford's versatility has already proven valuable. The Bengals have won games and moved the ball effectively with him in the lineup, but his long-term role is still undecided. Over the final stretch of training camp, 7 more competitive practices, and 2 preseason games, the coaching staff will continue to mix and match, searching for the best combination. This constant shuffling isn't unusual during camp. In fact, it's a key part of building depth. Every NFL team values linemen who can shift between positions without a major drop in performance. And Cincinnati is no different. Once the offensive line puzzle is sorted, the next area of focus is wide receiver depth. The top of the depth chart is set. The Bengals know exactly what they have in their first 3 receivers. But behind them, things get interesting. Training camp has turned into a real competition for those final roster spots. One name to watch is rookie Jermaine Burton. He was on the field for Saturday's practice but was absent Sunday morning, which quickly fueled speculation. Some reports even claim to know the reason, but Burton himself called that talk false. While the exact cause wasn't disclosed, his absence has opened the door for other receivers to get extra reps, making the battle for WR4 and beyond even tighter as the preseason rolls on. Earlier today, Jermaine Burton took to social media to address the chatter surrounding his absence from Sunday's practice. In his post, he made it clear the reason he wasn't on the field was injury-related, nothing more. He expressed frustration that some reports left out important context, creating what he called false assumptions about his commitment and character. Burton emphasized that any suggestion otherwise simply isn't true. For those who followed his rookie year, you know Burton's journey hasn't been without controversy. There were off-field concerns last season, from rumors about missed meetings to questions about focus, and those moments cast a shadow over his early time in Cincinnati. This year, however, there are signs he's making an effort to change the narrative. By all accounts, Burton has been more engaged in team activities, and he's showing a level of professionalism the Bengals coaching staff needs from their young receivers. Joe Burrow himself spoke last season about the importance of treating the NFL like a job, being present, staying alert in meetings, and making the most of every rep. For Burton, staying healthy and locked in during this preseason is a crucial step in proving he can be a consistent contributor, both on and off the field. Jermaine Burton has been clear. His absence from practice was strictly injury-related, and from the outside looking in, it does seem like he's making an effort to handle things the right way as a member of this Bengals roster. Offensive coordinator Dan Pitcher echoed that sentiment, noting that Burton didn't get many opportunities to showcase his playmaking in the last preseason game, but the focus for him is consistency. Pitcher emphasized that it's not just about the plays you make, it's about how you carry yourself day to day, and whether you approach your role with the professionalism the NFL demands. Looking at the current wide receiver picture, the top 3 spots are set in stone. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Andre Iosivas are locked in. The real competition lies in who claims the WR4 and WR5 roles. Charlie Jones and Jermaine Burton are the frontrunners for those spots. And interestingly, they bring similar skill sets. Both have big play potential and can contribute in the return game. In fact, Burton made his mark recently with an impressive punt return of over 30 yards, weaving through defenders and forcing missed tackles. But special teams flash alone won't seal a roster spot. The Bengals need players they can trust to stay healthy and execute consistently. Jones has shown that reliability in the past, but his own injury history clouds the picture. Ultimately, it may come down to two simple questions for Zac Taylor's staff. Who can stay on the field, and who can be counted on to make the right decisions in critical moments? Both Burton and Jones have the talent to help this team, but in a tight competition like this, even the smallest edge could decide who lines up as the fourth receiver when the regular season begins.